We are good to go. Good morning, Unity of Sarasota. Welcome, everyone. Hi. Yeah, Timothy Spradlin, great vocalist, is with us today. So let's get going on it.
Good morning, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I have some serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say could mean the world's disaster. Could bring your joy and laughter to tears and pain. Is that love's in need of love today? So don't delay, send yours in right away. Breaking many hearts. So stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Ooh, oh, the force of evil plans to make you its possession, and it will if we let it destroy everybody. We all must take precautionary measures. If it's love that you treasure, then won't you hear me when I say that love's in need of love today? So don't delay, send yours in right away. And hey, it's going round, breaking many hearts. So stop it, please, before it's gone too far. People, you know that love is in need of. Did you ever think that love would be in need of love today? So don't delay, send yours in right away. Hey, it's going round, breaking many hearts. So stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Oh, just fill the world with love. Oh, love.
Woo-wee. The boys got some pipes. Whoa, Tim Spradlin. Woo. This is nothing about you, Rob, but it is good to start bringing some guest musicians back.
Oh, hey,
True?
I'm happy about it, too.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning. I'm Reverend Dr. Susie Shadle. I welcome you to Unity of Sarasota, where something good is always happening. You just got a little bit of a taste right there. So we're glad to have you with us. This is a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful Sunday. Isn't it beautiful here? And it's leading us into this festive and holiday season. I'm so excited about that. So wonderful to see you all. Unity of Sarasota is a beacon of light and love. We are opening minds, touching hearts, and transforming lives. This is who we are as a spiritual community. This is who we are as individuals. Each one of us, that beacon, burning brightly and attracting those who need a little bit of our light to find their own. And then they too will be a beacon of light and love. And so let's spread that everywhere we go. Deal? Deal. Okay, good. If you happen to be a visitor, a guest, or a newcomer here for the first time or visiting us again, would you please stand and remain standing? We'd like to find out where folks are visiting us from. Yay, okay. We're going to start in the back if you'll tell us where you're visiting from. But before I do that, yeah, you are the back. I know I always say that and I realized, oh yeah, you don't see behind you. Ginger is our board trustee of the day. She has a gift for you. It's a shell necklace, which is certainly indicative of the beautiful beaches of Florida. Each shell represents the love that we are individually, and when we string them together, we become a community of love. So in the back there, where are you visiting us from? Pardon? Philadelphia. I was just there. Beautiful city. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How about in the pink? Boston. Yay, Boston. All right. Welcome. We love having you. How about in the red and black and then the beige? Sarasota. Welcome home. We love having you here. And Philadelphia. Great. And how about in the turquoise, light blue? Canada. That's right. Canada. Yay. The border is open. Yay. Isn't that wonderful? How about over here in the green? Ginger, I'm going to make you run. Over here in the green. Nokomis. All right. Coming up from the south. And how about right here in the front row? Sarasota. Welcome home. All right. You're all very, very welcome. You get to sit for the rest of the service. We don't make you stand for the whole thing. We do love having you here. If you did not get a welcome packet on your way in, please pick one up on the way out. Lots of good information about Unity. And clipped to the back is a welcome card. We'd love it if you'd fill that out and tell us a little bit about you and get to know a little bit about us. And so you can leave that welcome card either out there in the lobby with Ginger, or she will be actually in Fellowship Hall under the red umbrella welcome table. So you can go and talk to her and ask her questions and leave off your welcome cards as well. We also want to welcome those who are joining us on our live stream on our website, unityofsarasota.org. Let's wave to the folks who are watching live stream. Know that you can also go to the website, unityofsarasota.org, after the fact, and you can click down, you can scroll down and listen to any of the Sunday or Wednesday services that have gone before. They're all recorded and archived there. You can also go to our Facebook page and our YouTube page and catch the recording after the fact as well. So please feel free to do that. If I say something interesting or that's confusing, hopefully a little confusing, and you go back and you listen again and say, what did she say? So you can listen again, or you can send the link to someone else and let them listen in. We appreciate you doing that, spreading the good news. Whatever way you're joining us, we love having you with us. You are most welcome here wherever you are on your spiritual journey. We love having you journey with us because it makes the trip a whole lot more fun when we do it together, right? That sounded a little less enthusiastic than I was hoping for. But, you'll have to work that out on your own. Let the person next to you know that you love being on the journey with them. Why don't you just turn and tell them that right now? There you go. All right. That's good, because the bus is leaving the station. All right. Okay. And let's see, what else do I have for you? We have, this being a season where lots is going on, there are a lot of things we want to let you know. So I'm going to speed through these invitations for your participation. one thing I do want you to know, because today, no, I'm about to tell a fib. No, next Sunday is the last day for this. You may notice in fellowship, stand up, giraffe lady. This is Betty McQueen. She's our resident giraffe lady. She'll be happy to tell you the story of that afterward. You'll have to go ask her. But when you go into Fellowship Hall, you'll see all these beautiful, I'm talking beautiful, Santas with giraffes as centerpieces on all the tables. They're all around the place. Betty has donated those for us to auction off. All of the proceeds will go into our education fund so that no one ever has to miss a class that they want to take. So thank you so much for your generosity. Please sign in a little card, get one of those centerpieces. And next Sunday is the last day, so please do that today. Okay? No need to wait till the last minute. Also, Reverend Robin, you stand up. Reverend Robin is bringing us something that at this time of year, sometimes this is a hard time of year for some of us because we've lost loved ones, some of us more recently than others. But it's a time that brings up some of those memories that they're wonderful and touching, and some of them are a little bit painful. And so Robin is bringing us what's called Death Cafe. What it is, it's just a time to get together, have coffee and cake and conversation, and be in the midst of people who know how you're feeling right now. Because not all of us are feeling joy at every moment this time of year, and that's okay. But it's more okay when we can share with others. So that's happening on the 18th, Saturday the 18th in Fellowship Hall from 1 to 3. So if you're feeling a sense of loss, or even if you just feel, it doesn't mean that a loved one is lost. If you're just feeling a little bit lost yourself and haven't quite grasped the joy of the season, that's okay. Come and be in the conversation. Thank you, Robin, for bringing that to us. Also, I want to let you know that the bookstore so far does not have a supply chain issue. We have lots of wonderful things in One World Books and Gifts, so if you haven't finished your holiday shopping, much like myself, I would say go into that place and browse around. There are some wonderful things there. You know, those wonderful angels, they're little willow tree angels. They're beautiful. We've got a bunch of those. They're a great price. We've got these beautiful story bracelets. Each one has a spiritual quality as its theme, and each bead and symbol on it also has a spiritual quality. These are wonderful, 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 and you cannot buy it for less money anywhere than here because of a special arrangement, a special friendship, actually, with the person who makes it, who happens to be a Centers for Spiritual Living practitioner. So prayer goes into every single bracelet, and it follows you everywhere you go. And men, don't be sissies. You can wear these bracelets too. See, this is a man-sized bracelet. So you men get brave and wear the bracelet as well. These are just, I really can't say enough about these, obviously, because I have more than a dozen. So put your spiritual theme on, and let's go for it. And by the way, all of the proceeds beyond the actual below wholesale price of the bracelet goes to Unity of Sarasota. We get a very, very generous donation from these. Something else that could be really wonderful to do, and actually you may want to talk about this in your Death Cafe, we have a beautiful piece of granite out by the labyrinth, and it's to commemorate those we love. They could be still living or not. Could be your pets, your beloved pets, or it could be your beloved people. It's called Forever and Always. And so you can purchase a plaque to commemorate someone you love and care about that will be permanently displayed back there on that granite. So there are flyers in the lobby and in Fellowship Hall if you would like to purchase one of those for someone you care about. And then finally, one very quick, actually, you could move past this slide. Is that okay? And you can move past that one. What? Okay, could you go to the next row? Are you telling me there are no slides? Oh, okay, there's one. Keep going, because I already talked about this. And there's Death Cafe. Keep going. I just happened to look up and notice that we weren't in sync. And there's the bookstore, and there's Forever and Always. And you can keep going. That's Forever and Always. You can keep going. I'm only making you look at these because I spent a lot of time making them. So here, now this is something I'm very, very excited about. The St. Joseph Handbell Choir will be here Wednesday the 22nd for our Wednesday evening service. That's the whole service, a beautiful holiday concert. And I feel very honored that they've asked me to play a few things with them as well on my flute, so I'm very excited about that. So it'll be piano, handbells, and a little bit of flute. It's going to be gorgeous, so please come and tell your friends. When's the last time you went to a handbell concert? I mean, come on. So come on by. I think it'll be wonderful. Next, 2 days later, we have our Christmas Eve candle lighting service, which is based on the 12 Powers. And so we would love to have you here at 6 o'clock. There will be some congregational singing, so you get to sing Christmas tunes. So please come. We have some guest musicians as well. It's going to be a wonderful service. We have guests who will be also helping with the service. So please be here. I think it'll be very, very wonderful. And then finally, here's the thing I want to sneak in. One of our congregants, Julie Downing, has made these fabulous calendars called caregiver calendars. And they're more than a calendar. They help those who are caring for others to really keep track of all the things you have to keep track of when you're caring for others. And they have lots of really great tips, affirmations for the caregivers themselves. And Julie will be donating, let's see, how much are there? They're $5.95. She'll be donating $2 from each one of those to Unity of Sarasota. So there's some flyers out in the lobby. I just got this, so I didn't make a slide that I'm going to make you sit through. But there are the flyers. Please, please, please help support that, because you'll be supporting caregivers, supporting yourselves, and supporting Unity, and I appreciate that very much. Okay. I think we got through all of that. See, tis the season. There's a lot going on. What can I tell you? Rob, let's unify.
Every prayer is answered, every prayer is heard, every thought and feeling, every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel is already here, is already real. There is no one out there, there is no one else. You hold all the answers deep inside yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me. There's just one, there's just unity. One power, one presence, one light to lead the way. One loving, one knowing that answers when you pray. When the world looks darkest and your eyes can't see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you, I will always be. I am one, I am unity. We are one, we are unity.
I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable as we turn within to prayer, get ourselves completely present and centered. And the best way that I know how to do that is to take a deep breath into the very center of your being and allow that in-breath of spirit to fill your heart space, and then release the breath fully. knowing that that inspiration, that breath of Spirit fills us up to overflowing so that we then become the inspiration. Taking another deep breath in, allow that breath of Spirit to gently massage your heart to open, and then release the breath. Knowing that with our heart open, we are available to give and to receive, to be in that divine flow and circulation of the goodness of God always. And taking another deep breath in, know that we breathe in the very experience of Father, Mother, God's Spirit. And as we breathe out our own individualized expression of the One. From the One, many, and yet the many remain one. Diverse that we may be, we remain one. There is no distance, no separation. We are interconnected in the oneness of all life and all creation, here, now, and always. This is the truth of who we are. And I give thanks. I give thanks for being reminded of this truth. And most importantly, I give thanks for our willingness to live as that truth in all that we think, say, and do. And so it is. And together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen. And so I'm going to invite us to say our statement of being together. There is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life. God, who is perfect life, perfect intelligence, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am an individualized expression of God. You are an individualized expression of God. We are individualized expressions of God.
Out of the ruins and the rubble, out of the smoke, out of our nights of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One pale thin ray reaching for the day. We can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of man. We may not reach the ending, but we can start slowly but truly mending, brick by brick and heart by heart. Now, maybe now, we start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Oh, yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of man. When your heart is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, we can give up bitter and battered or we can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but finally a city of man. A city of man.
Thank you so much. Wow. What a poignant song for the times we've been living in, out of the rubble of all this pandemic. We can build a beautiful city. It's up to us what we build from here. You know, this couple of years, you know how when you go to the beach, and, or at least as a kid, I don't know if this happens to adults maybe, but as a kid, you go to the beach and go out, and the wave would knock you down, and as soon as you got up, the next wave knocked you down and knocked you down. That's what this has felt like for a couple of years, just when we think we're coming up for air. You know, I was just thinking about this this week. This time last year, I was very, very, very sick with COVID. 1 year ago, I wasn't sure I'd be here now. And so I'm very grateful for your prayers. I'm very grateful to be alive. I really am. And I want to be part of building a beautiful city. Will you do that with me? Yeah? We're going to get through this, and we're going to come out of it better than when we went in. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Okay? Let's start, as we always do, with our core value affirmation. Please recite this with me. We experience and express love and compassion as deep emotional, spiritual connection, caring, kindness, and empathy. Yeah. So, this is the third Sunday of Advent, and so we light the candle of love along with hope and faith and peace, which we've already lit. So we light hope, and I have faith that the candle will light this week, because I'm going to stand here like this until it does. Okay. And peace. I have peace now that the candle of hope and faith is lit. And now we light the candle of love. So I consulted some experts about love, and so I wanted to share what I found out from these love experts. So here were some questions that were posed. Why does love happen between two particular people? No one is sure why it happens, but I heard it has something to do with how you smell. That's why perfume and deodorant are so popular. That's from Jan, age 9. I think you're supposed to get shot with an arrow or something, but the rest of it isn't supposed to be so painful. That's from Carlos, age 8. Why do lovers hold hands? I didn't know this. This is good. They want to make sure their rings don't fall off because they paid good money for them. I should hold hands more. That's from Dave, age 8. When should you fall in love? I'm not rushing into love. 4th grade is hard enough. That's from Regina, age 10. And then finally, how can you tell if two adults eating dinner at a restaurant are in love? They just stare at each other and their food gets cold. That's from Brad, age 8. Oh, we actually have a child out there. I can check and see if he confirms this. It's love if they order one of those desserts that's on fire. They like to order those because it's how they both feel inside. That's from Christine, age 6. Yes, out of the mouths of babes. So Advent, 'tis a season of hope and faith, peace and love. Next week we'll talk about joy. Rock guitarist Jimi Hendrix wrote something that I find very powerful. He says, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, there shall be peace in our world. Play on, Jimmy. Play on from heaven. Pardon? I will. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, there shall be peace in our world. I agree. We've had it backwards too often. So today we're going to focus on love and the givingness of love, because love brings with it a very special kind of giving, not just presents, P-R-E-S-E-N-T-S, but presence, P-R-E-N-C-E, our presence, pouring forth our Christ nature as faith and peace and love. Expressing our divine presence as unconditional love is the greatest gift that we can possibly give to ourselves or to anyone else. Unconditional agape, spiritual love is within every single one of us, waiting to be unwrapped. Love's origin is divine. It arises from within us. It's not something from outside in, it's inside out. We're one with God's love, and we are the living expression of God's love, each one of us, all of us. Love is separation, healing, heart opening, creation initiating. It's a powerful, powerful presence. Love energizes the whole of humanity, the whole world, all of life, all of creation. Love is the energy that fuels it. You know, I learned this as a 6-year-old. My dad was in Vietnam for a year. This was long before most Americans had ever heard of Vietnam. The French were still there. And he was some kind of a spy. I never really understood what he did, and I was glad not to. But he went to Vietnam for a year, and as a 5, 6-year-old, you don't really understand time very well. So I kind of got to the point I wasn't sure if he was ever coming back. And I remember finally came the day my mom said to my brothers and me, we're going to the airport to pick up your dad. And I was like, whoa, I'm kind of giving up hope. And so we all pile in the car, and they're waving at me, the kids. We pile in the car, and we go to the airport, and we're sitting there, we'd gone way early. We're waiting. And finally, it's time. They're announcing the flight. And so we started to head over to immigration, where they come in. And my mom said, I'm going to go in the ladies' room, and you guys go meet your dad. And I'm like, what? What is wrong with you? And she said, I'm going to cry. I don't want to burst into tears. I'm going to cry, so I'm going to go in the ladies' room. And I thought, well, that is the strangest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. Why would you be crying? Dad's coming home. And so we said, you're a crazy person. So we left, and we went to find my dad. And I saw him coming through customs. And I burst through, and I ran and flung myself around his neck and burst into tears. And I just remember saying, I'm crying, Daddy, I'm crying. And it was when I learned that when you love somebody so much and you're so glad to have them with you, you sometimes cry. That's the emotion. Tears aren't always about sadness. Sometimes they're about love. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget the feel of my arms around his neck, or the presence of his love in my life, no matter what. I could have been an axe murderer, and he would have still loved me. He loved me unconditionally. And so I'm really grateful to have had an experience of unconditional love, and I hope that many of you have too. And if not, let's work on getting you one. Charles Fillmore said, as he was talking about the idea that love comes from not only our desire to feel the presence of love, but also our desire to awaken it in others, much as my dad awakened love in me. And so Charles Fillmore then wrote, of all the attributes of God, love is undoubtedly the most beautiful. Love is the pure essence of being, the power that joins and binds in divine harmony the universe and everything in it. We're bound by love, not hate. We see so much of that in the news. We don't see enough love in the news. What if the headlines had love in them? Let's vote for loving headlines. Wouldn't you rather? I might actually subscribe to the paper if we did that, you know? And we can do that. We can make it happen. Because love awakens in us that divine presence everywhere and in everything if we but open our hearts to look for it. It brings forth the highest and the best in all of us. Love breeds love. It magnifies it. We begin to see with the eyes of God, with the eyes of love, and we see only good when we look through those kinds of eyes, those spiritual eyes. Love is spirit calling to spirit in each one of us. Let God be God in you. Let God be love in you as you move through this holiday season and beyond. Don't stop when the holidays are over. This season tends to be an inner call to a higher level of consciousness and an expression of love and light. You know, we see lights decorating everywhere. Imagine that's the light within your own soul shining brightly, shining that light of love out into the world. 'Tis a season of the birthing of the Christ in us. The birthing of awakened consciousness. That's what the Christ is. It's an awakened consciousness. Let's wake up a little bit more than we were before and keep waking up in that realization of our oneness with God, which is essential to birthing Christ consciousness within each one of us. Remembering the presence of who we truly are. Not our persona, but who we truly are, who we were born to be. As we deepen and expand our expression of love, we radiate that essence of the Christ presence in us, and we light the world. We are the light of the world. Each one, all one, the light of the world. Let the light shine. Let your light shine. Even when you're fighting for that one present that's still on the shelf. Let your light shine. Let the other person have it. Get creative. I had to fight for sour cream the other day. No, I'm kidding. I was the only one there standing there for the one sour cream. I got lucky. Wherever you are, this can be not only a joyous, wonderful time of year, but it can be a stressful time of year. Let your light shine, because guess what? It not only shines to others, but it shines on you. It lifts you out of stress and anxiety. It reminds you that you are love, that you are loved, that you are loving. Christian mystic Meister Eckhart said, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, and God is forever begetting his only begotten Son in us. Each of us is a child of God that God gives to the world. Own that. Own that. Own who you are. And let that shine. Let others feel and see it in you so that they can feel and see it in themselves. Jesus, the Christ, the awakened one, came as a way shower to us. He came not as the great exception, but as the great example of what is possible for us. It is possible for us to be that awakened. And I can't think of a better time for us to do that than right now, at this time in history, at this time in the human experience, for us to awaken. Jesus was the epitome of love and kindness and compassion. We can take that example and use it as our own. His teaching and ministry and message was love. Love God, love your neighbor, love yourself, and oh my goodness, love your enemy. Here's one for you to work on. Love your enemy. Love your enemy. Gandhi embellished on that a little bit, and he said, love your neighbor as yourself. Every living being is your neighbor. Put that one on. Love. Be the presence of love. Love awakens us to that divine presence, not only in ourselves, but in others. No exceptions. No exceptions. That's going to take a little bit of work on our part sometimes, to see deeply enough beyond the facade to the true essence within. But it's worth the journey. It's worth the effort. We open our hearts, not just at this time of year, but let's open our hearts permanently to all nations, all religions, all races, all ethnicities, all political opponents. Let's just open our hearts and keep them open to all. It's easier to keep track of that way. Right? So let's take the easy route for a change. Just keep your heart open. Be the presence of love. Let us love, not in word or speech, but in truth and action. 1 John 13:18, or 3:18, sorry. 1 John 3:18. Hey, Oliver. I keep waving to him. Okay. You can't ignore kids, can you? You're not supposed to do that. Yeah. We have the possibility of creating that beautiful city, of transforming the world. But the way that we transform the world is by first transforming ourselves. It's an inside-out job. It always is. It always begins within, never out there. You can change everything out there, and if something doesn't happen within, you won't even recognize it. It starts here. So we transform the world by transforming ourselves. Jean Houston said, love is the doorway through which the human soul passes from selfishness to service and from solitude to kinship with all humankind. Love is the opening door. Love, that's a song. Elton John, is it? Love is the opening door. Yeah. Next time. Cultivate the presence and the power of love. And give of yourself in love and service to one another. Set an intention to open and leave your heart open in love and compassion for self and others. Infuse love in every thought, every word, and every deed every day. It's a tall order, but it can be done. Silently bless and pray for and serve others. You know, if you are walking down the street, just say a little blessing as you walk by a person. If somebody cuts you off in traffic, instead of, use these two fingers. Okay? Peace. And bless them on their journey. Okay? This is a much easier sign than the other one. I practiced both to make sure so that I was telling you the truth. Peace. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, everyone can serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul motivated by love. You know, you don't have to be an expert at anything to serve. Just open your heart. That's all. Just open your heart to one another. Love calls us to that higher level of consciousness, not only in this season, but anytime, anywhere. Unconditional love of God that is within us already, it births our inner Christ essence and brings it out into full flourishing. Love awakens awareness and the expression of our Christ nature so that we're actually living from that Christ nature instead of reading about it or taking a class about it or listening to some minister talking about it. Better, we should live it. Live it on your own. Have your own experience. You know, Emerson said, We must get rid of our secondhand gods. We must have our own direct experience. Do that. Do that. We can learn from one another. We can stand on each other's shoulders. We can stand on the shoulders of those who have gone before, but ultimately we must have our own experience of the one. Yeah, when we allow that God essence, that Christ nature to come through and be fully experienced and expressed, it opens us to see that Christ essence in everyone, unconditionally, so that we go around and greet each other as namaste. The Christ in me sees the Christ in you. The God in me sees the God in you. The beloved in me sees the beloved in you. I believe that the Christ in all of us is love waiting to be unwrapped and shared with the world. And when we do that, we are transformed, not into somebody we're not, but into who we truly are. And the world begins to be transformed through that essence that we are. That's the power we have. That's the blessing we've been given in order to be that blessing in the world. Why would we hold that back? And I believe we do too often. Let it out. Let it loose. Let it shower the world. I refuse to leave this planet until I am living in a world that works for all, based on love and peace. So you're going to be stuck with me for a while unless we get busy. All right? And at some point, I'd like to slow down. So come on. The practice of unconditional love creates a world that works for all. Practice, practice, practice. I'm not saying you have to be perfect today. I'm sure not. But let's practice, 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 and we'll get there. I guarantee it. Love can move the world. Love can move the world. As Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. taught, love is not the answer. Love is the assignment. That's your assignment. So let's begin that assignment right now and move into meditation so that we can anchor that love at the very center of our being and express it outwardly in the world. So just relax to the support of your chair and imagine it to be the warm heart of spirit surrounding and supporting you with faith and peace and love. Take a deep breath in and follow your breath as it envelops your heart space, and then exhale fully. Just continue that breathing in deeply and exhaling fully, and find your perfect rhythm in the circulation of breath as a reminder that you are always in that divine flow that is spirit. Let the inspiration, the in-breath, and the love of spirit breathe you. Now affirm in the silence within, I quiet my mind in the stillness of my heart space. I access Father, Mother, God, Spirit within my own heart. Love guides me with clarity and generosity of spirit in all that I think, say, and do. I access the love of Father, Mother, God, Spirit within my own heart. Breathe and affirm inwardly, I am one with the divine source, with the love of God. I experience the nurturing and transformative power of love as I attune to and embrace my oneness with Spirit. I am one with the love of God, the transformative power of love. Breathe. Affirm within, I am the love of Spirit in expression as God's love moves through me and directs my actions. God's love moves through me and directs my actions. I am love in action. I give and receive love from Spirit, the infinite source of love, and I am love in action. Breathe and affirm within, I am the gift of love and presence. I give the gift of unconditional love to all of God's creation. I am the gift of love and presence. Breathe. And affirm with your actions going forward, I share the gifts of love I have been given in loving service, compassion, and kindness. I share the gifts of love I've been given in loving service, compassion, and kindness. Breathe. And affirm within, I open my heart fully to experience and express love freely. I am a place where love shows up and lives boundlessly. I open my heart fully to experience and express love freely. I am a place where love shows up and lives boundlessly. And gradually begin to return your awareness to this time and space. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and know that the love of God is within and all around you. Blessings on your journey of moving the world with love. Let the presence of the Christ be present in you as the presence of love. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. And so it is. Together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen.
Just one life, it's all that we've been given here. Just one chance to make a difference where we live. I'm just one man. I'm only human, and only human means I've got a lot to give. Love can move the world as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a time that begins with you and me. Love can move the world like the warmth of the sun moves the tree. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Look around, there's someone hurting near you. Look around, there's something you can do. Just look within you and find your spirit to change the world. There's got to be a change in you. Love can move the world as the moon in the sun moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a time that begins with you and me. Love can move the world as the warmth of the sun moves the tree. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Love can move the world as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a time that begins with you and me. Oh, you know love can move the world as the warmth of the sun moves the tree. love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Come love the world with me.
Tim Spradlin and Rob Satori, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love can move the world, but only if you move from within. Deal? A little more enthusiasm. Amen, sister. All right, where am I? I don't know. That's a good. Oh, chaplains, please, prayer chaplains, please come forward. And ministers. So these folks are prayed up and they're available to be in prayer with and for you for a greater experience of love or whatever else it is that you are wanting to experience in your life. They'll be available for 1-minute miracles up here after the service, or you can make an appointment with them for a longer prayer time together. But you know what? Prayer only takes a moment. It really only takes a moment when we believe. So please partake of the service that they offer you, and let's thank them for it. Okay, and I also want to remind you that we do have Wednesday evening music and inspiration services, 7 p.m. on Wednesday evening right here, or on the live stream, both. And this week, the theme is, ironically enough, Pray for Others. Pray for others, and the music will be brought to you by Phil Lieber and me. So if you haven't been to a Wednesday evening service, I really invite you. If you don't come this week, please do come the following week for the Handbell Choir holiday concert. And, wow, Wednesday evening it's really a wonderful little oasis in the middle of the week. I really encourage you to come. Let's see. Oh, we're not passing the basket these days because we're trying to keep safe and not, touch too many things and pass them on. So there are these really loving, wonderful people who will be at the doorways on your way out. They are, trust me, smiling behind their masks and very grateful for your gifts, whatever those may be. Just know that you are in the divine flow from the source of all good, all abundance, and that you pass that flow on as you are moved to do so. And we appreciate your gifts because they enable us to continue to serve. And so we're very grateful for that. And so let's say our affirmation together. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly. All right. And we will now do our prayer for protection. I'll ask you to stand for that. Prayer for protection, followed by the peace song, which you'll sing but not touch afterward, okay? And then you go to Fellowship Hall. I'm going to ask you to do something in Fellowship Hall. Before you go, before you leave here, greet someone you don't know very well and invite them to join you for a cup of coffee and some snacks in Fellowship Hall. Okay? So let's get to know somebody you don't already know, because that is one way that love moves the world. Okay, you ready? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. God over us. And God is, and all is well.